on Baxter Street, waiting to use the restroom, when the girl who was using it before me finally emerges. The door makes a squeegee sound, and she's got these shiny eyes like new marbles that meet mine for more than a second. And she's beautiful, Indian with lips like two tiny pink worms, brown seashell skin, and I think she's such a pretty thing that maybe I won't worry about putting toilet paper on the toilet seat before I sit down this time. Since after all, it was her skin that touched that raw porcelain last, and she looks too pretty to be a carrier of any kind of dangerous bacteria. And besides, maybe it would feel good to let my bare ass touch something that her skin might have touched. Strange that I should even have these thoughts. This is what loneliness will do to you. Make you long for some kind of junction or tickle from anything you see that seems to be harmless or gentle or any sort of envoy of beauty. But I'm pretty sure she's not my type, because I cried myself to sleep again last night over some fool man who is breaking my heart. And I will probably cry myself to sleep again tonight. I'll sob and heave into the pillow as if it were some kind of square, mystical jellyfish that produces oxygen for girls with a sharp heart. Then eventually, I will grow tired and drift into a nightmare about the kitchen of an apartment I used to live in, where the blue flame of the glass stove was brighter than a street light, and I could hear a man cutting vegetables and whispering a prayer, and somehow I knew for certain that he was going to hurt me. When I wake up, I won't remember the dream, but I will wonder why I feel so sad. I'll be late to work and have to take a taxi. The driver will have soft eyes and a French accent. When he asks me if I like the song that the radio is playing, I'll tell him I don't know. He'll wait for me to say more, but I won't. We'll get stuck in traffic, car horns and sirens will taunt us like mean children. But the car won't move an inch. We'll stay very quiet, look at one another in the rearview mirror, and we both know that all we may ever know about the other is the eyes, eyebrows, and the slight wrinkles in the forehead. I will never see his lips, and he will never see mine.
You know,
he will suddenly say,
us men, we are trying to be good, and in many ways we are succeeding, but in some ways the devil is winning, and men are losing.
Raindrops, heavy as nickels, will beat down onto the roof of the cab. It'll feel like rain that was sent by the devil himself. I'll feel like crying, but I won't. When he asks me if I believe in angels, I'll tell him I don't know. When he asks me if I'm married, I'll tell him I don't know. When he asks me if I'd like a cigarette, I'll tell him I don't know. When he asks me if I'd like to get out of this car and stand in the rain with him, I'll tell him yes. When he asks me if I've ever seen a lightning bolt hit the ground, I'll tell him no. But I want to. Today.